The Seattle Seahawks fall to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers on a game where your quarterback threw for 28 for 34, 341 yards, 4 touchdowns, and a 135.4 passer rating. The defense for the Seattle Seahawks, which is supposed to be great, which is supposed to be the foundation of this team, it was non-existent. I mean, especially in that first half. I mean, McDonald was furious because it was like the Seattle Seahawks didn't know how to tackle. They literally could not tackle. And throughout the game, just receivers wide open. I mean, all day. All day. The rookie wide receiver, Egbuka, for the Buccaneers, I mean, just wide open. In a game where Sam Darnold had some heroics. I mean, that one interception where it bounces off someone's helmet, that's such a fluke thing to happen. Such a bummer that it happened that way. But that 4th and 2 scramble throw for the touchdown where he was avoiding all the pressure was unbelievable. And it's just like, when you see a game like that, you're just like, how did we let this game slip away from ourselves? And it was mainly because of what happened in the first half, especially. The Jalen Milroe in fumble. What even is that play? Why even doing that? Sam Darnold's balling right now. There's no need to do anything extra. Sam Darnold is the quarterback for the Seattle Seahawks. There's no reason to take the ball out of his hands. None. Zero. None. Don't need any packages. Don't need any fancies. None. Zero. Why? Because stuff like that happens. That's why. So when you can't tackle in the first half and you give up really 13 easy points, and then for the rest of the second half, mainly just receivers just wide open all day, every day, you're constantly trying to keep up. But I mean, like, it's a shame because there's so much to love about this game. I mean, watching Baker and Sam just go back and forth was insane. And as they talked about throughout the whole broadcast, like, their stories are so similar to each other. And now you're watching two great quarterbacks just go head to head against each other in just like an onslaught of offensive production. But you could see the difference, though. Sam Darnold's life was made so much harder throughout that game than it was for Baker Mayfield. Sam Darnold had to do so much more to make big plays, and then when he couldn't, you lose. And it's a tough spot to be in. I'm stunned by how poor that Seattle Seahawks defense was. And it's so funny because I already know so many people even watching this video right now are like, it was because it was Baker Mayfield and blah, blah. Wide open receivers all day. Baker Mayfield played awesome. Not taking away anything from Baker. But this was about Seattle Seahawks defense. I mean, again, he was furious. Like, apparently, screaming at the defensive players, the head coach for the Seattle Seahawks. And it's right, because it's just like, what are you doing? What are you doing right now? And so that was a slip up on their part. There's just no other way to look at it, especially when all of the amazing these massive plays, right? I mean, even the deflection from Kupp to take, the touchdown to Barner, muscling in from the 3-yard line, the catch and throw to Young. I mean, like, there's so many insane offensive highlights that were like tough, difficult throws, difficult plays. All the big plays from the Buccaneers were just like, oh my God, how's he so open? How's he so wide open in the end zone? Oh my God, what? And you're just like, yeah, how? So, definitely something to look at. Emeka Egbuka was just wide open. I mean, when you have 7 catches for 163 yards and you're just giving up big play after big play after big play after big play, there's something wrong here. You're messing up here. I mean, and he's a great receiver. He's a rookie. He's fantastic. An awesome pickup by the Buccaneers, no doubt about it. And it was funny because one of the big Buccaneers fans that I talked to, I was a huge Baker fan. He was originally upset about the pick because he goes, I wish we didn't do that. We really needed so. I'm like, no, this is going to be a huge pickup for him, and it was, obviously. But yeah, I'm telling you, man, the game was lost with the Jalen Milroe fumble. It's just you rather have it be a misconnection between Sam Darnold and company, but just to do that, it just doesn't make sense. The risk is never worth the reward, and so I just disagree with the play call. I disagree with what you're trying to do in that moment. Sam Darnold is your quarterback. Are you taking Josh Allen out in that moment? Are you taking Patrick Mahomes out? No, you're not, and you shouldn't. You shouldn't. Just, yeah. I mean, even if it was a clean, little pitch to him, the play was still going nowhere. But, I mean, at least you were at, what's that, the 38? I mean, you got to like your chances of at least getting a field goal. Maybe even a touchdown, considering how many touchdowns they put up. I mean, that's the play right there, where you're just like, that's self-inflicted, man. That's self-inflicted. Combined with just a mess of a defense. Yeah, this one will be a tough one for the Seahawks here. Definitely. And yeah, I'm curious to see what Seahawks fans feel about this one. Cuz it was such an otherwise beautiful offensive game. And even just showing that you can hang in these intense back and forth. You're watching this game and you're thinking, who's going to blink first? That's who's going to win. Who's going to blink first? Who's going to make the mistake? Where is it going to go wrong? And then again, it's just like, you get the fluky hit on the helmet, pops in the air. You're just like, oh gosh, how did that happen? And then even though you could have still got the ball back, it was 3rd and 7, and you give in like a walk-in first down. When they would have kicked the field goal, and it would have been tough. It would have been 37, 40 seconds, or somewhere in that range. But still possible. Still, everything's still on the board here. But then you give that up. So this was a tough one. But it was an awesome game. I think all in all, if you're a Seattle Seahawks fan, your defense isn't going to normally play this poorly. At least that should be the fair assumption. And you should feel pretty happy that you have an offense, that you have a quarterback that can make huge plays in huge moments. And that when you go up against a high-powered offense, and if your defense does drop the ball, literally, you're not completely in trouble. The game is not lost. The offense can step up and rise to the occasion and put you in a position to win the game. I think that's ultimately what this game showed, even though obviously didn't get the outcome that you wanted. But yeah, you got to figure out what went wrong defensively, and the missed tackles, especially in the first half, like that was more like sometimes players get wide open. That happens, but it's obviously not ideal either. But the missed tackling, that's the hard part in that first half. The missed tackling. To me, and I'll end here. It just gets boiled down to the missed tackling in the first half, because you really give the Bucs, you're just giving them layups to go up 13-0, and the Jalen Milroe fumble. It's those two things. I understand sometimes the receivers are going to get open. I understand Baker Mayfield's going to be able to let it rip and make some big throws and whatnot. You're going to have some of these moments. You're going to have a fluky play here and there. But the missed tackling, that I'm just like, no, that's a lot harder to accept. The misconnection with Jalen Milroe and that fumble at that point in the game for zero reason, no. So yeah, tough loss. Still feeling good. Still 3-2, 3-2. Still think you still have to feel pretty confident for the Seattle Seahawks here. But definitely a game you obviously wanted. Would have stayed at the top of the NFC especially with the Eagles losing against the Broncos, and trying to, keep pace with the 49ers right now. But again, still in a good spot, still in a great spot, honestly. But still plenty of things to clean up and, start getting better at playing big football in big moments, especially defensively. But those are just my thoughts. I'd absolutely love to hear yours. What do you guys all think about the Seattle Seahawks? Tough loss against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. I read every single comment, so whether you agree with me or disagree with me, either way, let's get in some discussions, let's get in some fights, but ultimately, let's just have some fun. And please do consider subscribing. We are building an amazing community here, and I absolutely love to see you part of it. I want to build something that we all generally feel connected to, something that we're really excited to be part of. I think we're well on our way to doing it. Please don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, as it really does help the visibility and the algorithm. Thank you so much. See you next time.